Hi, this is David, and more comedy. God, from the Mormon church. Oh, they should run Comedy Central and just have people stand up and tell people about their religion. Take a look today in the Desert News. Today is the 5th of November, and there's a a wonderful article on the secret or sacred. I can't even. It's so funny that I can't even remember the name they use. I think it's the Secret Gardens on Temple Square. I don't know what's secret about them. Maybe there's some kind of magic and secret everywhere in the Mormon Church. I really think the secret and the magic underwear, secret gardens, I think all appeal to our childhood dreams and fantasies and aspirations. Who wouldn't want to be Sleeping Beauty? Who wouldn't want to be the white knight, or sorry, white or black or brown knight on a horse coming in? These are things that draw people. So on the paper, front page today, it had a beautiful picture of all of these gardens that are on Temple Square. That you that are watching me that are LDS, which is my biggest population, and it's funny as hell. You never make comments because if it can be traced back to you that you're watching these, you're going to be thrown out. This is aiding and abetting the enemy. Anyway, take a look at today's Desert News. And I have a friend now in Romania. I wake up this morning and I look at my messages, and this guy's talking to me, and he goes, "In our country, we even see those weird people trying to convert us." And he said, "We have enough indoctrination and brainwashing already in our country." And I wondered what country it was, and I wrote him back, and he says, "I'm from Urania." I can't even say it now. Anyway, uranium. No. This is stupid. Anyway, the paper says all kinds of beautiful things, and they have all these wonderful pictures of the secret Romania. There it is, Romania. They have all of these beautiful pictures of on grounds. If you walk on Temple Square, there's things to see. I mean, most of the money of the Mormon Church is probably pounded right there in the ground between the tabernacle and the temple and the eagle or the seagull monument, and God only knows what else the other building there. I can't think what it is. Anyway, they said they had 7 full-time gardeners on this one little piece of sacred gardens. I thought, gee, that's really, really beautiful. I mean, people that come there, they enjoy seeing that. 7 people at $30,000 a year would be what, $210,000 for gardeners? Hey, it's more important to have those gardeners there and planting the flowers than it is to feed the poor people in the Philippines or Haiti. Come on, they can at least look at their computers and see the 7 full-time gardeners there. And then the members of the church, they say, come in for free. Of course, if you're a member, you do everything for free. You clean the bathrooms now, and you're the janitorial staff of the Mormon church and the temples, etc. So I thought it was an interesting article, and I looked at it and I thought, gee, this is beautiful. Now here is what you don't get in Romania, in the Philippines, and Ukraine, and I'm thinking South Africa, and I'm thinking Argentina, Peru, Brazil. Those are some of the countries that actually look at me and they must go, he is either the ugliest guy we've ever seen on YouTube, or maybe they're listening. I don't know. But anyway, they keep subscribing and the information keeps going out. And I just simply try to tell the truth. I'm not for the Mormon church or against it. I'm for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, atheist God. So here's what you don't get. Outside of Utah. It was only about maybe 5 or 6 months ago, there was a great big news article on our press here, which you don't get. You don't get out in the outskirts of Utah, about two gay men who were walking beside the secret, sacred, magical garden. I don't know what it is, but there's these two gay guys, and I guess they're holding hands. I don't know. Maybe they were kissing. I don't know. There's other heterosexuals that kiss on temple grounds. Well, the temple grounds are owned. They're a private ownership by the Mormon Church, and so they have a right to kick you off their magic flower garden. And they have these the strangest security you've ever seen. They're all in ties and suits. They're old, they're young, they're just people that have no damn life, no life at all. And they wander the church office building, and they wander temple grounds, and they wander wherever, and they look for people that don't fit into the Mormon idea of human beings. And so these two guys were walking on Temple Square, I guess by the Magic Gardens there, and a couple of guards jumped up, I guess, out of the Magic Garden, I don't know, and confronted them and said, you appear, I guess, to be gay, or extremely attached to each other. So they were holding hands, or they were kissing, and the guard said, basically, now I'm paraphrasing, okay, I'm paraphrasing. So you can look the article up, God, if you got a computer and you can see this, you can go look on the internet. And so they refused to leave temple grounds. They said, everybody else is here and they're holding hands. Why can't we hold hands? Well, if you know the Mormons, they hate gay people now. They every decade they find a new people to hate, and right now it's the gay people. And so with their Proposition 8 in California, and the millions of dollars that the members of the church sent there for no reason, because it is tied up in the courts, and it'll pass. So anyway, they refused to leave. And so the guards called the Salt Lake City Police Department. And then the police department, here's justice in Utah. Be careful if you live in Utah, because the police department is mostly Mormon too. And they probably go to that temple. So the policeman, rather than just picking these two up and saying, you know, this is private property, would you please stand out in the street or get away from their private property, they arrested these two gay guys. Welcome to Utah. The Magic Garden wasn't that magic for these two gay guys. So see, you don't get that part of the story. You don't get the parts of the story where there's hatred, there's vengeance, there's I'm a guard, I'm a prisoner exchange guard, and I see these two guys holding hands. That's what we're looking for. Let's get them. You don't see that. You just see the beautiful pictures of the garden. This cult is genius. I'm not kidding. They're genius at presentation. You always hear the tabernacle choir in the background. You always see the American flag. You see the bookcase behind the speaker of the podium. That's all law books. And you see an insignia on the podium, the prophet of the Mormon Church. And when they introduce each other, it's Heber C. Kimball. They always use the middle initial because that's a secret thing in the Mormon Church. If you use a middle initial, you are obligated to respect that person. So here's the real story. Yeah, they have a beautiful garden there. I think 7 full-time gardeners is a little much, but, you know, a little nepotism probably. No, not a little nepotism, a lot of nepotism. I live in Utah. I see the contractors who are building the roads, the people that are putting up the $5 billion mall. Isn't it coincidental that the contractors that have those multi-million, billion-dollar contracts are members of the Mormon Church? No, that's just coincidence. And the Mexican people, the Hispanic people who were moaning and groaning about wages and were talking about a strike because the white guys got more money than they did, you don't hear about that outside the Utah area. So am I providing a service? Probably not to the Mormons, but To myself, I am, because I just want to tell the truth. I just want to tell you that look at their beautiful gardens and take them for what they're worth. I don't think they're magic, but I don't think their underwear is magic either. But if you're gay or you're wearing a tank top or shorts or you don't look LDS, the guards at Temple Square are going to be surrounding you, following you, watching you. You're on video camera everywhere. If I know the Mormons, I'm sure the video cameras are in the restrooms. Now, I'm exaggerating. Okay, I'm exaggerating. But the point is that everything is under video camera that is public in the tabernacle and in the visitor center and in the grounds, on the grounds, etc. So anyway, if you want to get the truth, you have to go on the internet and see the whole picture. Don't just read what the Mormons say. They are masters of deception. When you think of the little girl Dorothy, and her dog pulls the curtain back on the Wizard of Oz, and the Wizard of Oz speaks into the microphone and says, "Ignore the man behind the curtain." I think the Mormon Church invented that phrase, "ignore the man behind the curtain," because they're deceptive. They don't tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. They will present only their side and only the best part of their side, and then they will buy commercials that go under my neck here that says, "Please come over and see what Mormons are really like" on mormon.org, mormon.org. I'll give them all the advertisement they want. They are their own worst enemy. No one hates the Mormon Church. Well, maybe some of the Mountain Meadows that were slaughtered down there in Washington County hate the Mormons because they killed their relatives in cold blood. But I don't hate the Mormons. I just think they're hilarious. I think they're one of the funniest sideshows I've ever seen. And if you like circuses, you like clowns, and you like to laugh, gee, join the Mormon Church or study the Mormon Church and get your fill of laughs too. And don't be gay and walk on their property. But you can be ungay and go look at the garden, the magic garden, and hopefully you'll be wearing magic underwear. Thanks.